Today is all about making healthier versions of fast food, and to me, the absolute best fast food is pizza. I have pizza honestly about once a week at our house, which I think would surprise most people, but it's always in different forms. So sometimes I do a cauliflower pizza crust, sometimes I do a zucchini pizza crust, and today I'm gonna make another really quick and easy version of pizza, which is a lot like a thin crust pizza, but it's almost like a deep dish and thin crust combined, the way that we cook it in a sheet pan. So I have 1 cup of oat flour in the bowl, 2 eggs, then 2/3 cup of almond milk, and this is gonna look really watery. So you might be thinking to yourself, this is way too watery to turn out to be a crust. In fact, the first time my sister made it, she called me and she said, "Katie, I'm so glad that Dashing Dish is my sister, because I just need to know what is going on with this crust." But I promise you it does turn out. So then 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, or to your taste. And when I created this recipe, I was trying to recreate a restaurant that is near our house that has a thin crust deep dish. And I thought that that was a really interesting take on a thin crust pizza. So I thought, I wonder if I could make this at home. And it's actually really fun and easy to make, and you can top it with anything that you like for pizza. Okay, so I'm gonna get a whisk out and start whisking this just to kind of break up any of the chunks. You don't really want it to be clumpy. So a whisk is gonna be best for that. So I gotta tell you about Sean and Chris, and how we became friends with Chris is actually through my brother-in-law, Brett. And Chris is our pastor, but he's also a really good friend, and he's extremely funny. So he's a really good sense of humor. And so anytime we get together with him, we know that we'll be laughing, kind of like Brett. And so Sean and Chris and Brett are always together doing guys' night. Well, I shouldn't say always. I mean, only when us wives actually let them go and hang out alone. But so I'd say maybe once a month they get together. So it's always fun to hear the things that they come up with, because I don't know if guys ever really grow up, but the 3 of them don't seem to when they get together. It's like a bunch of high school guys when they get together. So they always have funny stories. So they'll be joining me a little bit later, and we can hear all about their junk hop and their fast food throwdowns that they created. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the oven 425 degrees until it's just set up, and then we're gonna top it with all of our favorite toppings and bake it for a little bit longer. All right, so we just got this out of the oven. It's been baking for about 20 minutes, and it's just set up. So now we're gonna top it with cheese. And you could do a traditional deep dish style where you do the cheese first and then the sauce, but I like the sauce first. And this actually I baked up in a baking dish, but you could also do it in a 15-inch rimmed baking sheet pan. So whatever you have on hand, it'll work. So we did some sauce, and now we're gonna do some cheese. And I just find that my family likes pepperoni. I like organic or turkey pepperoni, but you can do whatever kind of toppings you like. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 8 minutes until the cheese is melted. And coming up next, the fast food throwdown is on.